back to Journeys to College and Beyond. The University of Illinois has been called many things, like Public Ivy or New Ivy. I refer to us as best in the Midwest, but that's just a personal bias. But at the end of the day, at least officially, Illinois is a public state university. So that means that while we attract a global audience, we have a student body made up of students from all 50 states, over 100 countries. But our in-state students are kind of the heart of the institution. That's kind of where it all started. So today we're exploring the in-state student experience. It's a topic that I've been looking forward to diving into for a minute now, and we have the perfect guest to share their experience with us today. So please welcome Sophia.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. We're so happy to have you. Like I said, I've been looking for this topic for a minute. I myself am I'm from Champaign. I was born in Southern Illinois, but I've lived in Champaign for a while now. So U of I is definitely like my home for sure. And I don't know if you feel the same way, but it grows on you very fast.
I was going to say, it does.
Yeah, for sure. So, Sophia, why don't you hit us with the basics? You know, that basic icebreaker stuff you might do on like a first day of class, your name, your major, where you're from.
Oh, yeah, I have this down pat. Okay. Hi, I'm Sophia Rains. I am now a junior in Natural Resources and Environmental Sciences here through our College of ACES. And I'm originally from Olney, Illinois, which is about 2 hours downstate. You go right there if you take 130.
Okay. Wow, I love the directions. You've done that drive a lot, probably.
Oh,
You could do it in your sleep. Oh my gosh. So ACES, as you can see, we're kind of in an ACES themed space. Have you been in this space before?
I've never been in this area, but a lot of my classes last semester were also in the lecture hall just down the hallway.
That's cool. When you have usually your major is like your classes are kind of all together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is this like kind of your home base?
Oh, yeah. Here and Turner Hall, which is just down the walkway, I guess, a little bit down Southern Quad.
Amazing. Yeah, I really like this part of campus. I love the quad-y areas. Like being on the quad is the best. I was a like media studies major, so I had like Gregory Hall, Lincoln Hall. Yeah, like the very edge, right by Follinger.
It's the best views.
It is the best.
It's so
views.
college.
It's so college, especially in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite season on campus. What about you?
I agree. Well, because it's so on theme. It's so on brand.
It's so perfect. It's
Everything
really
is
cute.
orange.
Did you ever see Monsters University?
I did.
Did you get like the vibes?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that movie so much. It really felt like Illinois to me, which is like pretty special. Okay, so talking like the hometown stuff and like feeling at home, you said you're from Southern Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like growing up in Southern Illinois?
It's very small, but it's not really something you realize until you get somewhere that's not that small.
Yeah.
My graduating class had like just shy of 100 people. So I'd say it was really nice. Beautiful nature, beautiful fields.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, considering where I am now, it's very small. But it's really nice to go back to because now I have a little like gem hidden in Southern Illinois I can go back to for the weekend.
That's so nice. How did growing up in an environment like that shape your perspective on something like college?
Oh, I love this question. So Olney is home to a community college that's pretty robust. My dad was a part of it. He worked there. So growing up, I always had kind of a positive view of college and college students, no matter what age you were, like going back, getting extra education. But it also kind of shapes how I approach my coursework at NRES, because sometimes in discussions, I'm the only person that's not from maybe the upper half of the state or just from a rural area in general. So it's interesting to see how kind of the agriculture and the communities I grew up around affect how I think about biodiversity and like sustainability practices.
That's such an interesting perspective. And I love the shout out for the community colleges because they really can influence a community so much. So it sounds like did you always see yourself going to college?
Yeah, both of my parents did.
Yeah.
And I've always been the kid who's like, oh, I finished my lesson, now I'm going to get in a book. And that was the only reason I got in trouble growing up, is because I'd finish the work they wanted me to do and I would open a book and just not listen anymore.
Wow.
So I've always kind of been the nerd ready to like get some more information or learn more about things.
I love that. That's so fun. I love like a very curious mind from a young age. I think that's like you're teeing yourself up for like being a really good student, which is awesome. So what helped you take that next step? You're growing up, you're very curious, you're very studious. All of these things are teed up for you. Your parents are like encouraging you to go to school, which is great. What helped you take that next step when it was time to kind of actually have the rubber meet the road and start thinking about college for real?
A lot of the resources. I mean, there's a lot of really good information about the university online, coming for tours, things like that. It really helped me see myself on campus and see myself in the different programs, which was really helpful. But yeah.
So once you knew that your path was going to college and you're like collecting resources and you're looking at your options, what influenced your decision to come to Illinois?
Ooh. For the majority of it, kind of what would be required of me to graduate with my degree. NRES was actually my second choice. Coming in senior year of high school, I thought I was going to be really heavy science and I was going to do biomedical engineering and engineer a bunch of new technologies to help people. But the second I was admitted into natural resource and environmental sciences, I was like, why did I apply for the other one? It's just it speaks more to what I've always looked for. And I mean, even in high school and things, you may have people who get into classes and they're like, why am I learning this? I'm never going to use it in my life or in my job. But a lot of the required courses for NRES are required field work. So like actually getting experience with the tools people use in the field if you're looking to be a researcher or an ecologist. It's really interesting.
That's so cool. So you mentioned the second choice major thing, which is really interesting. So does that mean, like, take us back to when you were literally applying on your computer at home to school? Did you selected a second choice major when you applied?
Yeah, NRES was my second choice.
Gotcha.
I was looking through it and I was like, wow, this sounds so cool. Like, I want to do this. And it just kind of by fate happened to be I was admitted to NRES instead, which is a much better fit for me.
That's awesome. And I encourage anyone that is thinking like, I'm not completely sure on my first choice, or my first choice is a really competitive major, but I really have my heart set on coming to the University of Illinois. Choosing a second major is such a it's literally just like a little add to cart. It's just like a second click that's like, why not?
Why not?
Go for it. It really doesn't change much about your application. It's just like giving you a little bit of extra security and like the possibility of finding something that might be a better fit for you. So I love stories like that. So flash forward to you get in, by the way, somewhere in there. Congratulations.
Somewhere in there.
Do you remember that moment?
I don't remember the day, but like my dad has this habit, instead of texting me, he'll like send me the 2 eyes emoji when something's happening. And like 2 hours before I got admitted, he sent me that in like an orange, something orange. And I was like, what do you know? But it wasn't out yet. Like I checked it.
What?
I don't know. I think you just got the vibes or something.
Dad premonition.
I think so.
That's kind of spooky.
It was because I got it in school and I was like, this would be really bad if I opened my email right now. And it wasn't that, but you knew.
Gosh, that is wild, Dad. How did you know that? I love that. That's so funny. So flash forward, you move in, you're starting school. How long did it take for campus to start to feel like home when you transition from a kind of different environment from a small town?
It took a little bit. I mean, it was kind of daunting the first week. A lot of the welcome week events and things helped a lot since I got to know the people on my floor and my roommate. But I'd say around the second semester. First semester was a little wild. My community didn't have any public transportation, so I did not know how the bus system worked. I could think about it, I was like, oh, bus goes here. But there were some times where I got on the wrong line or I stayed on too long. I went all the way to the Walmart over in Sephora, end of the yellow ones. And I was like, well, I guess I'm at Walmart. But yeah, I think the start of my second semester, because the first semester you're making all your friends and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to ever be in classes with these people again. But in my experience, a lot of the classes that I've had before are with similar people I've seen since freshman year. So I know people and they know me and we know how we study together and things like that.
That's so sweet. I love that. I love the honesty about that transition in that first semester. It is wild is definitely the right word.
Yeah.
It's a little wild.
Campus is a town in itself. It's a city in itself.
For sure.
And then having 2 other communities outside of that and more people than I've ever seen in my life in one space was kind of crazy.
What would you say is the biggest difference between the community at the University of Illinois and where you grew up?
Oh, just the way it's built up. A lot of people, like if they're from bigger cities and they come here, or if they're just from different places, they forget how big of a city Champaign-Urbana is. Because I remember going on my tour with my family. We're like, oh my gosh, we saw Green Street. We didn't see downtown Champaign. And we were like, wow, it's so modern. Above ground parking lots with levels. But yeah, people just forget how big it is. That's the biggest thing. It's so much more built up.
Yeah, totally. You touched on the driving dependent thing too, which is really interesting. But I will say, like, I'm from like Central Illinois, Central Illinois. I went to school at the University of Illinois, and I had grown up taking the MTD, which is our bus system that we use on campus and the community for the whole area. So I had a huge leg up with knowing how to get around. And I had friends that were from the suburbs and from Chicago, like the proper city, and they were terrified of the MTD, which is like, wait, what? But I thought you guys had, like, you guys have trains, you guys have buses, like, you have it all.
Everything.
It's still intimidating. I think anyone, whether you're exposed to it or not, you all have like the same kind of apprehension about using it. But it's really quite user friendly, you know?
It is.
So
it's the great equalizer. No matter where you're from, you're going to get lost on the buses at least once. And that's okay.
Totally.
Because you can get back.
I was equally as lost on campus. Just because I grew up in Champaign does not mean I know where the library is. Like, not a thing that I know. So yeah, the great equalizer is getting lost as a freshman. That's like,
but it's the most fun part.
It's a rite of passage. You might find something cool on accident. You never know. So we've mentioned like resources like the MTD, the bus system. Were there any people or programs or places on campus that made a big difference early on when you were getting acclimated to the space?
I'd say really just the welcome week, workshops and resources, new student and family experiences. I love them. They're the nicest and sweetest people that I've like ever experienced or worked with the university. So a lot of the welcome week resources, especially, they actually have a workshop now that'll teach you how to use the bus system.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, why didn't I have that?
I don't know. It's new. Yeah.
We must have messed it up enough that they were like, we need to help these.
I really think they saw all these kids going to the wrong place and they went,
Walmart's calling like, hey, there's 1,000 students outside.
Yeah, we got some lost Illini here. But yeah, new student and family experiences and just a lot of the resource centers on campus, Gender and Sexuality Resource Center, all of those. They're so ready and excited to help students no matter where they are in their journey, to like be safe or be prepared or just like get involved. And it's really fun and exciting to see that.
That's so cool. I love that. We have so many resources. Even little things are like little life hacks, like McKinley gives a cold pack.
Oh, yes.
Like that's such a hidden gem that I feel like we need to share. Little things like that more. So new student experiences. What is it?
I think it's new student and family experiences.
Yeah. What was your relationship with them like? Did you hit them up a couple times?
So a lot of my experience outside of Welcome Week has been working with them through admissions. One of my jobs on campus is being an iStar, so I give people tours or just help out in the office of undergraduate admissions, especially during admission season when like everything is crazy. But that's how I've kind of got to see how they work and what they do. And I mean, the majority of their work is around new student registration in the summer when students come here to campus, talking with the families, talking with the students. Here are the resources, like get excited, it's happening. All of that. I think that's their tagline. It's engraved.
Wow. It's actually so cute. Get excited. It's happening.
Get excited. It's happening.
Oh my gosh, that gets me excited.
Exactly.
Because school is about to start at the time that we record. Are you ready for the new year?
I am very excited. My schedule is kind of interesting because I'm getting into the latter half of my degree where a lot of it is doing classes for field work or like very specific things that I'll need in my jobs.
Yeah.
So my friends over in like creative writing or fine and applied arts, things like that have more normal schedules. And I'm like, sorry guys, I can't hang out.
Not me.
4:30 to 8:30 class where I'm going to go out and tag owls.
Like, what? Is that real?
Yes.
Oh my God. What is the owl class again? Just
it's
CRN for
It's one of we actually just have a class called, I think it's field experience or something like that.
Okay.
And different professors can offer like different sections. So yeah, I mean, Wednesdays this semester, I'll be out until 8:30 or 9 with, I believe, 2 of the professors in ACES to just to track and collect data on owls.
We go to the coolest school.
I know.
This is such a cool place. Like, I would never have known. I've been in this community for so long. I never knew that was a thing. That's amazing. And like, shout out for ACES. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk on ACES a little bit. How do you like it? Also, what is ACES?
So ACES is technically the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. So all of those sciences, all of those majors, their teaching staff and professors. I really like it. Like we just talked about, I think the classes are like good in context for all of our different majors and very interesting. And all of the professors I've been able to meet or be taught by they're really excited. That's the biggest thing. I was so worried coming into a big university that people weren't going to be excited to teach students or things like that. But even like my very early intro classes, my intro to chemistry, all of that, all of the professors have been very nice and excited and like ready to help students learn and engage with the coursework. So I like it.
That is really nice to hear, especially for someone who is maybe from a smaller community and they see University of Illinois as this big, scary, like intimidating space. I think it's easy to think that as a student, you'll be kind of lost in the shuffle. And just kind of like a cog in a machine a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the professors really care, and the classes are crafted with care, and they're so unique. And it's just nice when everyone's excited or passionate about what they're doing and why they're here. It makes the experience so much better. Mm-hmm. So,
and especially in really scary classes like intro chemistry, like Chem 101. Chem 102, Chem 104, those are scary classes. There is a written record, like years going back, of the content and how difficult it can be to digest. So, like, going to office hours, they knew my face. Going to office hours or, like, asking questions after made it a lot more approachable, even when the content was a little, dense.
Oh, yeah. We always say, be it with the classes aspect, the community aspect, the size of the actual space, this campus is as big or as small as you make it, which
exactly.
I think it's completely true. Yeah. And, all those things you hear, it's just really up to your own experience. If you're in all chemistry classes, your experience is going to be completely different from someone who's in an ACES course every day. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, we've said this a lot on the podcast, but life's what you make it.
Exactly.
So let's make it rock. So talking more on the academics and sort of aspiration side of things for you, like, let's talk sustainability a little bit.
I love this. We actually have a ton of sustainability projects on campus and around the area because of the university. And that is my minor. I don't think I mentioned that in my intro. I still have to get used to it. But technically I have a sustainability minor through the Institute of, I think it's Sustainability, Energy, and Environment. We'll double check that later. I'm not being a great minor student.
We'll ADR it if it's wrong. It'll be like a man's voice or something.
Yeah. But I'm very excited about it. There's only 2 or 3 courses outside of my major required classes that I have to take for it, which I'll start taking second semester this year. So I'm pretty excited about it. But
Exciting.
I mean, along with that and any other capstones I have to do for my major, I'm really excited to get more involved with sustainability efforts in the local area.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, you could call some of the things I'm working now in the summer sustainability. I'm working with a fellowship with one of the professors here, and our experiment is taking place in a bunch of the gardens in the Solidarity Gardens Network in Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah.
So like small sustainable farming, trying to fight food insecurity for the area. So it's really cool to just see how much hidden stuff we have here. I had no clue any of that existed,
Yeah.
even my first or second year here.
It sounds cool. Yeah. Do you get to actually harvest the food?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, our study system is around like okra and this weed called purslane. We're trying to figure out if it works as like a mulch to like move different pest pressures around. But we also had zucchini that we were growing as a part of like to see if different plants helped it. So last week, I think I donated about 30 pounds of zucchini at one of the sites.
They're going to say 30
things.
zucchinis. And I was like,
No.
that's a lot.
They're big.
Are they heavy? How do you
They're
carry
heavy?
How do you carry 30 pounds of zucchini
Bag.
We need to get Bagu down here and do like a zucchini collab. Amazing. So how did you find this passion for sustainability? Was that something you had before coming on campus?
It was something I really kind of discovered my senior year of high school. A lot of people in my major or in the college, they're always like, oh, I really wanted to go into sustainability because I took like AP environmental science. I didn't take any APs. I didn't like the idea of like paying for a class and maybe not getting credit. So I took all dual credits. But it was really something I found out senior year. So a same kind of timeline. And a lot through the business I established through the CEO program at my high school senior year, because it's all real money. It was real businesses, things like that. But I liked the idea of kind of using it in my own way as an experiment to see if something could be green at launch or carbon neutral at launch. And I was happy with it.
That sounds so cool. I love that. I want to keep on the sustainability thing because it's very interesting. But I love that you mentioned like I didn't take AP classes. A lot of schools don't even really offer AP classes.
I don't remember if my high school didn't or if I just wasn't interested, but I don't think there were a lot of options.
I think my high school was the same. It was like I think there's more now, but at the time there were a few like A-Push, classic, I don't know, AP Lit, stuff like that. And like I took a few, but I don't know. I think some people get the perception that because I haven't taken AP classes, I won't be ready for college. Not the case.
Not true.
You can do it.
Yeah, you can take APs or you can take a bunch of dual credit classes. It's kind of, I was really excited to come into it. Like my first semester, when people are like, because there are some majors or kids that come in for a semester like, oh, what's your SAT? Like, what did you get on this? And instead of being that, I'd be like, I came in with 40 hours of transfer credit.
Whoa.
But now I'm not very happy about it because I'm going to graduate a semester early and it means I look for a job. Oh,
Got it.
the dual credits actually work for something.
What? This is not what I planned.
This is not what I planned.
All
I'm
that
going to be in college forever.
The cradle of college is kind of nice. It's nice to have a little extra time.
It is.
For sure. But, all that to say, like, you're not starting behind if you don't come in with all these extra credits. Like, you're going to be fine. So that's just like a little piece I wanted to touch on. But I know back to the sustainability thing you were talking about, like, can things be clean and, sustainable from the get-go? Also, I noticed your hair looks amazing. Is this perhaps a bit of your handiwork at work?
Yes.
Stop.
I was going to say, I was looking through the questions and I saw that pop up and I was like, what? And I was like, oh, it comes up with a Google search. No, I was scared. I was sitting at my computer and I was like, how do you know that?
She's such a good
Yeah.
journalist.
I was like, oh, Google.
Right.
But yeah, the business still runs actually. It's called Soul Hair Care. It's solid shampoos. I made the formulas myself. I tested it on my hair. You know it works because I'm not bald. But no, senior year I was like, but how am I gonna test it? And I was like, me.
So bold. Well, it worked great.
Good thing it worked. Yeah, but my mom runs it now. It still runs.
Wow.
We're hoping to maybe be at the Mom's Weekend Market this year.
Whoa, that would be cool.
I hope so.
That would be so cool. So to clarify for anyone that like missed the cue, we're talking about Soul Hair Care, which is what?
It is the business I was talking about establishing my senior year. It's a line of fully solid shampoo and conditioners that are made small batch with all the ingredients are listed out there. Just one surfactant, the thing you get in shampoo that takes out the dirt with water in your hair. So it's basically the shampoo you get at the store, just without that water. So you're not paying for 50-60% water content.
I love that. Are you our first CEO guest?
I don't know.
Well, we haven't had one before, so.
Oh, well, then I guess I am.
What an honor. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It's really funny because the facilitator of that program, the CEO program in my high school, is actually an alumni from here.
Oh.
One of the only ones in my town. So I was like, yeah, I'm looking at going to University of Illinois. And she was like, oh my gosh, you should go. And I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh. We call it the Illinois Network, and it is abundant.
It's everywhere. If you wear merch out of here, you will know.
You better be careful when you wear that
airport.
merch at the airport.
Yeah.
I've never once been to an airport where I haven't. I was at an airport recently for a trip, and I saw a guy with a Illinois shirt. It said Illinois Dad, and he was a dad, and he was with his son. And I said, ILL.
And did they INI back?
No. Crickets. I thought that was kind of...
That's not allowed.
That was not allowed.
You learned that first day. That's not allowed.
That's literally the first thing you learn on campus. So,
and sometimes before campus, I got accepted and I went on a school trip. Like we went to Disneyland or whatever to do band stuff.
Whatever.
Or the one in Florida. It's a long time ago. It was a lot. But like we bussed all the way there and bussed all the way back. So we stopped like at some hour in the early morning at some gas station. I don't even remember where. Like I was so tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want a little sugar. So I went out and I had my Illinois hoodie on and I got ILL'd for the first time, like in the wee hours of the morning in a gas station. Who knows where?
Did you INI back?
Well, because I was looking at this and I heard ILL and I was like,
deer in the
they
headlights.
found me.
I've been spotted like a helicopter.
Networking.
That is how it feels. Especially
when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Because on campus, I feel like I expect it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like living my life somewhere with just merch on from
For the
Illinois,
day. That's why you got to be prepared.
you got to be ready.
All right. So talking a little bit on just like college and growth in general, what do you think has surprised you the most about life at a big university?
This is such a hard question because it's so multifaceted in my experience. The thing that surprised me the most is how small it can feel at times. Because when you come in here, we have so many students. We talk about how many majors we have and how many resources. But when it gets down to the nuts and bolts, I know most of the people in my year and in my major and in the ones closest to me, like the one under and the one over, because we all take similar classes. We've known each other or been in classes together or have shared experiences since freshman year. So even though it's a really big university, like a lot of programs and a lot of people, I see people I know everywhere on campus. I feel just as much as people I don't through all my clubs and stuff.
That's so cool. And you don't have to be involved. Like you were saying, like these are people from classes. These are people I live next to and like learn alongside. You don't have to be president of this and, you know, involved in all X, Y, and Z RSOs to be getting that community, that tight-knit community feeling that you're describing. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that's a good thing to make clear to anyone that feels intimidated about coming into a big university like the University of Illinois. Do you feel like students from smaller towns or rural communities can thrive here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's intimidating. I mean, especially since a large population is from a similar area, like the suburbs, like the Chicago suburbs, things like that, because they kind of have that immediate connection. Oh, where'd you go to high school? Oh my gosh, I know that. Da, 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 da. But there is a place for you here. There has always been a place, and there will continue to be one. I mean, even if you're just from a really small town, as long as you're a student who's really interested in learning and growing here, there's gonna be a spot. Like there is a place. You're gonna find your niche.
Amazing. That really resonates with me too, because it is intimidating. You're like thinking of the what ifs so much when you're at that spot where you're in high school or maybe even younger. What would you say to someone in that position who, or even what do you wish someone had told you when you were still in high school at that zone about thinking about college or thinking about Illinois?
Just go for it. Like, don't worry about the ifs or the buts because they're not going to matter until they're present. You need to go all in on applying yourself to your coursework, to applying to the university, just anything. Go for it. What comes of it, you can deal with after.
Amazing. My last question for you is, do you have any tips for making a big school feel small?
The way I describe it is it's going to find you either way, because even if you're not that social or you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're still going to find a group of people that you resonate with or you can become really close with. But a big way I would suggest that if you are more social is to look at the different clubs, even if it's just organizations that go all throughout the area and it's not just a campus thing. A lot of my friends or people I'm close with that I haven't found through my classes or just by random chance have been through the clubs.
Yeah. Do you have an RSO that's your fave? You want to shout out?
We have to shout out Illini Student Musicals because I think they were the first one that I really connected with. All of the people in my grade, we actually like kind of stalked them on Instagram before I came to campus.
Love them.
Oh my gosh.
The shows the theater, we have not scratched the surface on the theater, the music.
Oh yeah.
The bands, like
our acapella system.
No, shut up. Girls Next Door. They're my fave. Do you know them?
I know of them.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I think my experience with the acapella group has really just been seeing Ripcords.
Yeah.
And some of like the more competitive ones, but
Pitch Perfect IRL.
Oh my god. No, seriously.
Literally like that. Oh my gosh. There's just so much to talk about. Sophia, I could talk to you for hours, but I'll leave it at half an hour. And maybe we'll have you back. How's that sound?
Wait, I didn't know that was possible.
A recurring guest. This was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, your experiences, your wisdom with us. Best of luck in the fall and all the things to come.
Yes. Thank you for having me. This has been so awesome.
We loved having you. Come back anytime. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.